And I have a photo. Something to say? Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. It is Jenon and NUNU. Hi, honey. Thanks for joining me today. Hello. Are you excited to hear about what I've collected after traveling the world and focusing on some, I want to say, inner healing and self-actualization, but I don't want to scare you away. I don't want to scare you away from this video. I'm here to share some life lessons, whether you're into it, whether you're not into it. This is a pretty neutral space based on logic, events, and scientific language to a simple level. I'm going to talk about some talking points from a book that I will mention in the description below. I am not affiliated with this book, but I'm saying I've used it on and off for 5 years now to check in with myself as life has gone on for some reflection in the art of living. And that's all. You want to hear some stories? I traveled the world. I got to know myself a little bit, but I still lose myself from time to time because that is the art of living. And instead of keeping things stable, I decided to change them and try new things. So yeah, it causes things to get a little bit wild, but I'd like to share some stories with everyone. Now, I'm going to just jump right into it. We're just talking, we're just hanging out. And so this book has like 52 weeks of where they'll give a 1-page prompt with a theme for the day. And I have a photo. Hi. Hi, how are you? This is, you have something to say? Okay. I love you. If you don't mind, can you sit over here? Back to business. There's 52 weeks of kind of a lesson every week, and then they'll give a few days of daily prompts in between. And the amount of days is, can you guess? 7. So it starts on January 1st and kind of goes along. I ended up getting this book in October. So I wrote to myself like, October 15th, we're going to be finished October 15th the next year, and it'll be 366 days, which is fascinating. The book is prepared for that. However, I started the book in 2018, and pardon me as I take a sip of water, but I did not continue it. No, I moved, I did stuff, the book didn't come with me, and practices fall out of play, which is unfortunate, but it is also cool to go out in the world and travel and try things. So I have written in it over the years. There's prompts from 2018, there's prompts in between then and now. Now is 2023. So it is quite funny, to be honest, to find my first prompt on January 21st, which means over the few years I have been writing in it on the day that I pick up the book. And there's morning and evening reflections. So the first week that I found here for January 21st, it was called The Wake Up. And The Wake Up is week 3 in the year. And a few questions that are mentioned in this are, what am I lacking? What did I do that was so unfriendly, unsocial, and uncaring? And what did I fail to do in all of these things? Now, moving forward, I don't want to give away all the material in the book. It's valuable to respect the authors. So hopefully this can entice you to dig in and get more from it for yourself. But anyways, so this question was about what can I get out of like journaling with myself and creating a bit of a ritual. And I wrote to myself, and I didn't write the year. So this must be one of the first prompts after, so it has to be maybe 2019. I wrote, I plan a journaling ritual to organize the rose and thorn of each weekend. I hope to grow past the past, organize my thoughts, and meditate on my emotions. I will enjoy it for what it is and love every moment of life. I'm here now and only here. It is what it is. Today I socialized more and more. So that's exciting. Go me. Well, I'm always hopeful and I'm always excited, but I will mention with you all who are listening, I do have a challenge to complete tasks. I'm a great project starter. I'm a great helper of others, but to keep things consistent for myself, I have found challenging because now I found the art of trying new things, and now it's not the same. I have to rearrange my mindset on how things flow and go and change, and okay, we'll get into it. So we were excited to get journaling going, and week 4 of the year, still in January, I wrote a lot of highlights here about things getting a little bit better every single day. So now, with work, things can get 1% or less than a percent better every single day. And, whatever you decide to take a look at is what you can learn from. So our plans for the future do descend from the past, so we have to make sure to reflect upon what we're about to do, but also what we plan to do. And it's funny because I found a contradiction as I'm saying this out loud, which is important sometimes. It's important to say things out loud that we're thinking because we can get lost. So I want to ask myself, what the heck is going on here? They say don't plan for the future and do and don't stay in the moment. So let's re-educate ourselves in this moment here. The quote is from Seneca Moral Letters 83:2. I will keep constant watch over myself, and most usefully I will put each day for review. For this is what makes us evil, that none of us looks back upon our own lives. We reflect upon only that which we are about to do, and yet our plans descend from the past. How about everyone writes in the comments what they think about that one, and let's talk about it. I want to move forward. Okay, this week I wrote about what do I truly prize? And I wrote that I prize strength, loyalty, love, just pure love, unconditional love, real emotions, honesty, hard work, discipline, passion, art, music, adventure, courage, and second chances. I wrote second N chances. I don't know what that means. Second -N. I'll take a look. We'll look into it later, right in the comments if you know what I wrote here. But I want to continue moving forward. And then eventually we can talk about what is my mantra for today. Does anyone have a mantra? Do you want to tell me yours in the comments? Because I'm here for you. I used to have them, and I'm trying to get back into this beautiful spiritual self that I'm picking up from this lovely journal. It's okay to get disconnected, but it's only important if you can find yourself and continue to give yourself grace as life continues to twist and tumble. Anyways, I'm talking about today's mantra. My mantra, you tell, I'm not going to get into it. You got this. That's my mantra. Mantra. Taking care of business. Today I hope to spend the day focused on myself. Que sera, que sera. I love that. I wrote que sera, what will be, will be. I love it. And I wrote, keep getting stronger. Nothing's over. Life always keeps moving forward, and times of solitude are meant for self-reflection. So get back to your powerful self and exercise. I love that. I need that right now. I think, like I said, these are from 2019 or 2020. I didn't write the year. But then towards like 2021 and 2 and 3, I started to write the year. I'm like, wait, because as the calendar kept flowing, I said to myself, wait, I need to differentiate which year I'm responding to this. Okay. Then in the evening, I wrote, my mantra is wait, breathe, exercise, and just be yourself. It's the only person you can ever be. How beautiful. Just continue to be there for people, and everyone will take their own time. There's no... my cursive, by the way, is why I pause. I write in script. And in the past, you always think you'll remember what you wrote, or, you'll remember how you wrote it. But here I am. There's no reason for the sayings if they weren't true. Aw, this is sweet. Okay, I had some changes, and I wanted to reach out to some people. So I wrote how it's like nice to keep distance from people, and yeah. Wow, that one's tough to read, I want to admit, but it's good to look back at and take a deep breath and know that life has moved on and everyone's doing well for themselves. And it's funny how things can transport you back, but like I said, living with what you have is showing that you've built the strength. I love that my dog has now come sit next to me over here on the blanket. She's so cute. Back to focusing on the present moment, as we mentioned. You're not going to lose the life that you're not living. So the double negative means we only lose the life that we are living. And one example to share with everyone is from 2020, I wrote, how can I conquer my temper? And it's funny because, yeah, the temper is not in the current moment. And I wrote to myself that my temper can be conquered by keeping things out of my control far away. So sometimes you need to do that. You know, if you're in a space where you're just at your edge, which happens to some people. I mean, when you try new things and you take risks, you can't make fun of people who do that. You know, they push themselves to challenge themselves. It happens. So you can't control what is not. There's no way to control what is not mine. I love and value sleep. It's true. I can function very well with a good night's rest. Taking breaks and keeping proper maintenance helps. Sleep, exercise, good nutrition, and lots of breathing. I love it. So what is something that robs me of my self-control? In 2020, I wrote that my weakness could be reminiscing, as I just mentioned, and you just saw a few seconds ago. Oh, pardon the noise. Reminiscing can get me going. I'm romantic and a triple Pisces, as someone once told me. So I feel things. And yeah, you can get lost in trying to romanticize your different situations if you're like me. So gluttony can be a challenge, and doubting things for sure. How can we cultivate the invincibility and power to choose? I wrote to myself here that today my power of choice played in effect. I wanted something and I went for it twice. Look at that. And I'm really trying here. That's what I wrote to myself, so that's nice. Moving on to week number 4. 6. Week number 6. I just read the Roman numerals incorrectly. Oopsie. Now, opinions about the way we think things should be, they need to be. You need to suspend a dogmatic way of thinking, because your expectations on the world will be only problematic. I dig it. That makes a lot of sense. I think of a couple current examples when we talk about that. Hi. I have my potato here. Let me know if you have an Italian Greyhound. So do you think before you act? We need to ask ourselves. And here's my morning reflection on that. So not currently, I said. I need to breathe more and focus on the breath before speaking or acting truly. It helps. As a growing adult, we are responsible for our actions, and we need to figure out how to be amongst other people. But how do we conquer fear and worry before they conquer us? Well, I wrote here to myself, I need to stay focused on the day and the mission at hand. It's easy to fall apart thinking in the big picture and the past, everything. So even if fear and worry conquer me, remind yourself that it's your choice and you are in control. So I cannot be taken control of is a reminder that today is a great day. Hold on, it's really loud. I hope you don't hear that. Every day is a great day, and I need to be active, fit, and strong. I'm going to... Hello everyone, it is Jenon and NUNU. Hi honey, thanks for joining me today. This is part 2 of my reading my reflections over the years. So the first question is about, if you have an emotional outburst, is it going to make anything better? So no is the question. But what did you find over here? Hey, focus. We have our audience wants to hear. Ow. Okay. This is fun to read back on from years ago. You have to communicate, but then you have to kind of give that extra push or ultimatum if someone is not taking you seriously. So I think that's exactly what I've written here is, communicate and meditate, and then I wrote sit down and relay the information. If you don't have what are you doing? My pup has decided that she's not okay with the camera today. She started kicking some dirt at me. I don't know what she found in the yard, but whoa. She wants my attention, everyone. I'll be back, sweetie. Now, anyways, if this is confusing, yeah, it is. I feel a little lost in this video myself, but we're kind of reading along and trying to share some insight for everyone. Now, this question says, what if I didn't have an opinion on this? I like this question because it says, from me to you, from years ago, I said I have to bite my tongue some situations because things are better left unsaid. Some people don't want or need an explanation. Let them live their life in their own world. Stay strong in your own world also, and just keep yourself busy. I dig that. I can get lost in that, like I said, depending on who I'm around. I can get a little poisoned, and I work on that. I try my best. Now, our perceptions... We have a mind full of perceptions, and we're moving on to the next one, week 7 here. And what are we protecting in this? We protect our peace of mind, our clarity, and our freedom. Whatever you do to define that for yourself. In 2020, I said to myself, which of my pleasures are really punishments? And I wrote that a pleasure of mine is food. In 2020, I was actively eating Oreos, it says here. And I feel like it's a waste and it's not worth it. And I want to spend more time by myself. It's true. I do love socializing, and I love to share feelings, so I do actively seek for that. I love that, but I love spending time with myself. And now I'll spend time with you and my reflections. This works. What a wonderful world we live in. I hang out with myself, but yet whoever stumbles upon this. So what am I making harder than it needs to be? So in 2020, I said, there's something about challenges. They draw me in, and I can't read this word. I'm not sure. I don't understand the end of that sentence. I can't read my handwriting sometimes. But am I rigorous in training against false impressions in 2020? The answer is no. False impressions are still very apparent. So many things will get in the way of true statements. You must look through the BS and focus on facts. Stay strong and take deep breaths. There's facades, smooth talkers. Who else is going to present something not true to you next? We have to ward away people that are not, for us, not our energy, and keep it going. Try to avoid being in attack mode during these times. Try to reach deeply into your wisdom. We have one more thing to say. We want to reduce our wants and increase our happiness here. So the Stoics knew that wanting less will increase our gratitude, just as wanting more will obliterate that. Freedom isn't secured by filling up your heart's desire, but by removing your desire. And there's many times I've felt like I've lost my desire because I've done everything. In my eyes, anything I'd planned for myself, I feel like I've blown it out of the water at this point. So it's time to take care of the basics for sure. But life is amazing. Keep taking everything that comes to you. But what can we stop yearning for? In 2020, I wrote to myself that I can finally stop yearning for peace. How nice. I had found peace. I found my own four walls, mine. I can relax at night, and my only struggle is my phone and my laziness, but we're getting there. I have my stability, freedom, great work, skills, friends. I had dogs in my life at the time, 2 golden retrievers, or yellow labs. They were not mine, but I was able to care for them. My health is here, my smile is here, I have strong muscles, and I have a fresh start. I love that. Good thing this was in February of 2020, before life twisted and turned even more for me. It's fascinating, whoever is listening. I am so glad to have you here. And it's so fun because I can't wait to tell you everything. Okay. February 22nd, of 2020, I wrote, "Am I certain what I want to say isn't better left unsaid?" Now, I wrote that I really need to take some more deep breaths and understand the moment more. So dive in on subjects and listen more, observe more, and just be. I dig it. I have so much written here, so I can't wait. I want to finish off. Wow, there's a lot. Okay, I'm going to finish off this week with this. Anger doesn't change anything, so why are we angry? In 2020, I wrote, "Patience, emotional resilience," in capital letters. "Anger is a vice of mine." Ooh, I should always avoid it. We have to stay and make a promise to ourselves in the time of chaos. I used to feel that problems I went through would ignite me. So we need to meditate and breathe. I wrote a quote here that doesn't make any sense. Okay, why am I telling myself that I've been harmed? Why do we feel like we need to attack, what's going on? I'm trying to comfort myself in the place, and this was 2020. We mustn't live in a fantasy where starting over can help. I like to start over. But now I don't want to. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot of this was clearly a bad couple of days, so I wrote lots of capital letters, and I'm just saying be resilient, you're strong, be powerful, don't give up, that's cute. And then our final thought for today: will I remember this fight in a few months? And there's so I wrote here that in 2020, these are all still 2020, there's so many battles that I've completely forgotten. I get up strong and remember that I'm a total warrior. Love that. Good job. I'm absolutely going to remind myself what I've overcome and how many people just left me behind in the tracks. Cheers to you if you're watching this. Haha. Thanks. I literally, people, yep. All right, that's enough. You get the point on that one. But we're still standing up and we're going to keep going. Alrighty. I think the camera's dying. Bye.